"Army, are you really ready for this?" Loudly crying face. What if I told you that Kim Taehyung, the man known for his deep gaze, calm charisma, and effortless cool aura, actually turns into someone incredibly soft and clingy at home? And the most shocking part, this wasn't just speculation. It was directly revealed by Taehyung Jungkook himself on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon with Jimmy Fallon. Flushed face. Hello K-pop lovers! Welcome back to Taekook Diary, the place where we share heartwarming moments, exciting stories, and sweet interactions between Taehyung and Jungkook that always make ARMY smile. It all began with what seemed like a completely normal interview, the kind we've seen many times before. Jungkook sat comfortably across from Jimmy Fallon, smiling softly, answering questions with his usual calm and playful energy. The audience was relaxed, laughing along, enjoying the light atmosphere. But then, something shifted. The conversation slowly turned toward life behind the scenes, what happens when the cameras are off, when the stage lights fade, and when BTS members return to their shared space. That's when Jungkook mentioned Taehyung, and right at that moment, something changed in his expression. There was a small smile, almost like he was remembering something personal. ARMY who were watching immediately felt it, this was going to be special. This wasn't just a casual mention. It felt like the beginning of a story that had never been fully told before. And when Jungkook finally started speaking more openly, the entire energy of the room shifted. It was no longer just an interview, it became a glimpse into something deeply real and unexpectedly soft. It all began with what seemed like a completely normal interview, the kind we've seen many times before. Jungkook sat comfortably across from Jimmy Fallon, smiling softly, answering questions with his usual calm and playful energy. The audience was relaxed, laughing along, enjoying the light atmosphere. But then, something shifted. The conversation slowly turned toward life behind the scenes, what happens when the cameras are off, when the stage lights fade, and when BTS members return to their shared space. That's when Jungkook mentioned Taehyung. And right at that moment, something changed in his expression. There was a small smile, almost like he was remembering something personal. ARMY who were watching immediately felt it, this was going to be special. This wasn't just a casual mention. It felt like the beginning of a story that had never been fully told before. And when Jungkook finally started speaking more openly, the entire energy of the room shifted. It was no longer just an interview, it became a glimpse into something deeply real and unexpectedly soft. As the story continued, Jungkook added even more details that made ARMY completely melt. He explained that Taehyung often shows his emotions very openly at home. There are no barriers, no need to maintain an idol image, no pressure to appear a certain way. Instead, Taehyung becomes someone incredibly genuine, laughing freely, reacting honestly, and yes, being adorably clingy. Jungkook even demonstrated a bit of Taehyung's behavior, causing Jimmy Fallon to burst into laughter. But what stood out wasn't just the humor, it was the sincerity. Jungkook wasn't exaggerating for entertainment. He was sharing a real moment, something he had clearly experienced many times. And in that moment, fans could feel the warmth between them. It wasn't loud or overly dramatic, but it was deep. It was the kind of comfort that only exists between people who truly understand each other. And that's what made ARMY feel so emotional, because it showed a side of Taehyung that is rarely visible but incredibly beautiful. Jimmy Fallon's reaction added another layer to the moment. He leaned in, clearly intrigued, asking follow-up questions with genuine curiosity. You could tell he wasn't just hosting, he was invested. He wanted to understand this dynamic between Taehyung and Jungkook that felt so unique. Jungkook, on the other hand, started to become slightly shy as he realized how much attention his story was getting. But even then, he didn't stop smiling. That smile said everything. It showed that what he was sharing wasn't uncomfortable, it was natural. It was real. And in a way, it felt like Jungkook didn't mind the world knowing this side of Taehyung, because it was something he genuinely appreciated. That small detail spoke volumes. Because when you're comfortable sharing someone's vulnerable side, it usually means you respect and accept them completely. And ARMY noticed that immediately. It turned a simple story into something deeply meaningful. After the episode aired, the internet exploded. ARMY everywhere began revisiting old Taekook moments, searching for clues, connecting dots, and realizing that this clingy Taehyung had always been there. Small gestures that once seemed insignificant suddenly felt important. The way Taehyung would lean closer, the way Jungkook would respond calmly, the quiet interactions that fans had noticed for years, all of it started to make sense. It felt like a puzzle finally coming together. Jungkook didn't just share a random story, he unintentionally confirmed a pattern, a dynamic that fans had long suspected. And that realization made everything more emotional. Because it wasn't about creating something new, it was about understanding something that had always existed. And that made ARMY feel closer to them, as if they were witnessing something genuine and unfiltered. What made this moment even more powerful was the way Jungkook spoke. There was no hesitation, no awkwardness, no attempt to hide or downplay Taehyung's behavior. Instead, there was warmth. There was acceptance. Jungkook spoke about Taehyung's clingy side as if it was something completely normal, something he was used to, something he even appreciated. And that says a lot. Because in a world where people often feel the need to hide their vulnerable sides, seeing someone embrace it so naturally is incredibly meaningful. It shows trust. It shows comfort. It shows a bond that goes beyond surface-level interactions. And for ARMY, that message hit deeply. It reminded everyone that being yourself, completely, honestly, unapologetically, is something that should be cherished, not hidden. Social media quickly filled with reactions. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. Some described how they were smiling uncontrollably, others admitted they felt emotional for reasons they couldn't fully explain. The word clingy became more than just a description, it became a symbol of Taehyung's hidden softness. But beyond the excitement, there was a deeper feeling spreading among ARMY: warmth. Seeing Taehyung in this light, and hearing Jungkook talk about him with such sincerity, created a sense of comfort. It reminded everyone that behind the fame, the performances, and the global success, there are real emotions, real connections, and real moments of closeness. And sometimes, those quiet, simple moments are the most meaningful of all. So ARMY, what do you think about Jungkook's confession? Loudly crying face. Do you think Taehyung has always been this soft and clingy behind the scenes, or did this reveal surprise you? And honestly, did you melt just imagining those quiet, sweet moments at home? Share your thoughts in the comments. We really want to hear your perspective and fangirl, or fanboy, together with you. Purple Heart. If this story made you smile, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Taekook Diary for more emotional and heartwarming Taekook moments. And most importantly, share this video with your fellow ARMY, because moments this soft, this genuine, and this unforgettable are simply too precious to keep to yourself.